Hello, how you doing? It's MrDoTheMath, and today we're going to solve system of equations by elimination method. I looked in this book, and this book calls it solving by like addition, because essentially what you're doing is you're going to be adding and subtracting the two equations, right? All right, so solving by elimination. Let's look at this. Haji, go to another class. All right, so let's use this example here. We got 3x plus 2y minus 48 over 24. And this one says, what's that, 9x and 8y. 9x minus 8y. Alright, so these are your two equations, right? It's a negative 24. So you got 3x plus 2y equals 48. And we got 9x minus 8y equals negative 24, right? And so solving by elimination means that what we're going to do is we're going to choose a number that is going to we're going to choose which variable to eliminate. Do we want to eliminate the x's or the y's, right? And essentially what you want to do is you want to choose the one that's going to be the easiest to like change. Right? So looking at this, which one might be the easiest to change? Yes, Cassidy.
Going from the positive 2y to the negative 8.
Right. Yeah. So it's gonna probably be easier to change this the y instead of the x, because the only thing you have to do is change the number and not necessarily the sign, right? Because this one's already negative and that's positive. So if we want to get rid of the y, we have to get this y to be 8. So what do we have to multiply this 2 by in order to get to 8? Quattro, 4. Right? So that means that you're going to distribute a 4 through that whole equation. So it's going to be 4 times 3, 12x, 4 times 2, 8y, and then 4 times 48. It's going to be 96. Okay? No, it's not 96.
92, Mr. Nelson.
It's 92?
No, it ain't.
Nah, it's way bigger than that. I thought that was a 2.
It's
So it's
192.
192. Alright, so 192. Alright?
I think y'all.
And then we're going to bring this one down, just as it is. So it's going to be 9x minus 8y equals negative 24. Right? Yeah. From here, this is a math problem, right? They're stacked on top of each other. So you're going to add or subtract based on whatever the signs are. Both of these signs don't have anything, so that's plus. So you're adding 12x and 9x, and you get what? 21x. You got 8y minus 8y, 0. And then you got 192 minus 24. What do we get?
168.
168, right? So now we got 21x equals 168. So we're just going to solve for x, right? So you divide both sides by 21. Where's my calculators at?
8.
All right, so x equals 8. All right? So what we've done is we've eliminated one variable, right? We eliminated one variable, and then we solve for that variable. We solve for the other variable, right? You're going to take this 8 and you're going to substitute it into any one of these, right? So let's just put it in the first one. So it's going to be 3 times x, right, plus 2y equals 48, right? 3 times 8 is what? 24 plus 2y equals 48. Subtract 24 from both sides. So 2y equals 24. And then you're going to divide. Y equals 12. So the place where these two lines intersect, or your solution is going to be 8, 12. Right? So, can you see this right here? Let's make some steps right there before we go on. So, if we look at this particular problem, the first thing you want to do is you want to choose a variable to cancel. Right? In this case, we chose to cancel out the y. Right? Right? So we had to create an opposite. Had to create opposites. So one had to be positive, and one had to be negative. So you had to have a negative and a positive, right? And then from there, you solve for the other variable. Once you solve for the other variable, you go and you substitute it into the original. You substitute it into one of the originals to solve for whatever's left. Okay? Yes, sir. You can't see? What's up? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, you can plug this 8 into this problem or that problem. It don't matter, you're going to get the same thing. Okay? Alright, so let's do another problem. Alright, let's do another problem. Let's see. Alright, so we got 7x plus 2y equals 5. Yeah. 7x plus 2y equals 5. And we have 2x plus 3y equals 16. What did I say? 2x plus 3y
Equals 16.
equals 16. Alright, so looking at this one, which one do you want to cancel? You want to cancel the x's or the y's?
The Y's. The Y's be easier.
Why does it be easier?
It'd be 2 and 3.
Alright, raise your hand if you want to cancel the y's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, raise your hand if you want to cancel the x's. The y is 1. Alright, so I'm glad we chose this problem though. So if we want to cancel the y's out, in this particular problem, we're going to have to change both equations, right? We got to figure out what's going to be the least common multiple between 2 and 3. What's the least common multiple? 6. So we're going to have to multiply this one by 3 and this one by... Alright, good. I'm glad you said that. -2 because we got to choose a variable to cancel. We chose the y, and then we got to create an opposite. So one of these got to be +6, one of them got to be -6. We all good with that so far? Give me a head now. Let me know you good. Alright, so cool. So we distribute. Bam, bam, bam. So that's 3 times 7 is 21x, 3 times 2, which is 6y, and then 3 times 5, which is 15. You got -2 times 2x, which is -4x, -2 times 3y, -6y, and then -2 times 16. -32. Right. Here we go. Now we can do the math. Alright? So, 21 minus 4.
17.
21 minus 4 is what?
17.
17x. 6 minus 6, 0. And then we got 15 minus 32, which is what?
-17.
-17. Right? We good?
Yeah.
Now we divide by 17, right? X equals -1. Now, I'm doing this for you, Dante. We're gonna do it into both of those, right? We're gonna put this -1 in the first one, right? X equals -1, so it's gonna be 7 times -1 plus 2y equals 5, right? 7 times -1 is -7 plus 2y equals 5, right? If you add 7 to both sides, you're going to get what? 12. 2y equals 12. Then you divide by 2, y equals what? 6. Alright, cool. Let's look at the second one and see if it works again. So it's going to be 2 times x plus 3y equals 16. That's going to be -2 plus 3y equals 16. Right? You add 2 to both sides. You have 18. Alright, so it's going to be 3y equals 18. Divide by 3. Y equals 6. You see that? So it doesn't matter which equation that you put that number in. So your solution, the place where this graph intersects, would be at -1, 6. Alright? These two lines intersect at -1, 6. Alright? Y'all good with that? Y'all see that? So elimination, again, you gotta choose a variable to cancel. Then you gotta create opposites, right? And then you solve for the other variable. In this case it was x. And then you gotta substitute in and solve again. So you substituted in this x to both of those so you can see it, and then you solved again. Alright? We good? Thumbs up if we good. Thumbs sideways, let me know how you feel. All right, cool. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment below if you have any questions. Mr. Do the Math out.